The whole earth had one language and one speech. And as they journeyed from the east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar and settled there. They said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly." And they used brick for stone and tar for mortar. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city, and a tower whose top reaches into Shamayim. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered over the face of the whole earth." But Yahweh Elohim came down to see the city and the tower which the sons of men had built. And Yahweh said, "Behold, they are one people and they all have one language. Nothing they propose to do will now be withheld from them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so that they may not understand one another's speech." So Yahweh scattered them from there over the face of all the earth, and they stopped building the city. Therefore its name was called Babel, because there Yahweh confused the language of all the earth. And from there Yahweh scattered them abroad over the face of all the earth. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and became the father of Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. And from Arphaxad came Shelah, and from Shelah came Eber, the ancestor from whom the name of the Ivriim would be remembered, the people later known as the Hebrews. And through his line the purposes of Yahweh Elohim would continue through the earth. To Eber were born 2 sons. One was named Peleg, for in his days the earth was divided. And his brother was named Yoktan, and Yoktan became the father of many sons. Their family spread toward the east, and their clans filled distant lands. These were the families of Shem according to their generations. From Arphaxad to Shelah, to Eber, to Peleg, to Reu, to Serug, to Nahor, to Terah. And Terah became the father of Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran became the father of Lot. And Haran died in the land of his birth in Ur of the Chaldeans. And Abram and Nahor took wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and Sarai was barren, she had no child. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran, and Sarai his daughter-in-law. And they went out from Ur of the Chaldeans to go into the land of Canaan. But when they came to Haran, they settled there. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. The nations had been scattered, the languages had been divided, the families of the earth had spread across all the land, and among all the generations, Yahweh Elohim had preserved one line, from Shem to Arphaxad, to Shelah, to Eber, to Peleg, to Reu, to Serug, to Nahor, to Terah. And from Terah, Abram waited in the midst of the nations. The next voice of covenant was being prepared. The earth was filling once more. The nations were taking shape, and the purposes of Yahweh Elohim continued to unfold through the generations.